back here on the Rich Eisen Show. Our good friend Jordan Love. Good to see you, Jordan Love. How are you, sir?
Go, Pat, go.
Good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing great.
What's up, man?
Better thanks to you. You got me through my fantasy week, Jordan. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Let's go. That's important to him.
How often do you hear stuff like that? The silliness like that?
Oh, man. A good amount of times. The sad part is it's usually when you don't do as well. And
come on. Hold on a minute.
You lost them the week and things like that. But
are you? Come on now. Are you serious that people will actually? I guess I'm doing the same thing. I'm utilizing FaceTime with you on this subject matter. But negatively, they'll come up to you and say, "You cost me my week." They'll literally say something like that.
No, it's usually more in the DMs. You know, people send you DMs, things like that.
DMs.
Yeah. You don't usually see too much negative stuff in person. It's usually positive. But that'll be people say, "Hey, man, good job. You won me the fantasy game this week or whatever." So. Yeah, I love the positive energy.
Okay,
love that.
I'll just tell you. I'll give you the same advice I give my friends here on the show. Just don't read the comments. But I guess if they're sliding into your DMs, it's tough for you to not see that sort of stuff.
Yeah. You know that stuff's always out there. You try not to read them, but you know every now and then you see a couple.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, listen, I'm here for you to help make you better since you did the same for me virtually. And fantasy wise this past week. So I greatly appreciate that. Jordan Love.
No doubt. Happy to hear that.
You bet. Back on the Rich Eisen Show radio network on ESPN Radio, presented by Progressive Insurance. Jordan Love is here on the Rich Eisen Show of the 2-0 Green Bay Packers. How are you? Like, what is it like walking around this building right now? Because I'm watching you guys play football and taking care of business in the manner in which you did. It makes me feel like you guys are surging already. I'm wondering what it's like in that building, Jordan.
Oh, it definitely feels great. There's a lot of just great energy in the building right now. I think everybody is very confident in the team we have. And I think anytime you start the season 2-0, obviously winning is fun, and winning brings, good vibes around the building. So it's one of those things, man. We just got to keep stacking them. It's still early in the season. We've only played 2 games, but something you just got to keep building on. But it's fun to, have that good energy in the building, good momentum, keep building us and moving forward with.
All right, there's a few narratives in my world, in the NFL media world, I want to throw at you, and you tell me if this is accurate or not. And the first order of business is Micah Parsons being added to your team was a signal from the front office, if not the coaching staff, to say that this team is ready. What do you think about that, Jordan? Is that true?
Definitely. I think bringing a player in like Micah, shows like you said, the confidence that the front office has and what we had before. I think we already had a really good team, and you bring in a player like Micah, it takes that defense to another level, and it definitely takes our team, to another level. So he's shown that so far, just how much he's been able to elevate. But like I said before, I think before we even brought him in, you look at the roster we had, the team we've kind of been building over the past couple of years. We got a lot of talent, a lot of depth at every position. So, I think it just shows the confidence the front office has in what we got. And you bring in a player like that, it's going to help us win some more games. So it's definitely a win now mentality.
And I know when I talk to a team guy like yourself, talking about one of the 53 in particular might, grind a gear or two. But this is different, I feel, in Micah. And I know the guy. When he said that I want out from Dallas, were you texting him? Were you basically saying if you want out and you can come out, like, how about over here, Jordan? Were you doing that?
Man, I've been telling Micah that it'd be fun to come play with the Green Bay Packers, come over here. But I didn't know any of that might really come true. Obviously, Micah was in some contract negotiations and different things like that. So you really never know how those things are going to play out. And once you start holding out, I didn't really think it was a possibility that they would trade a player like him. So. Obviously when it all went down, I had questions as well. I saw the conspiracies and the rumors, things like that. So, I tapped in with Micah a couple of times just to see, but, they did a good job. They didn't really give too much away and, kept the negotiations in house.
Yeah. I mean, especially not just trade him away, but trade him to the Packers. I mean, I'm looking at the quarterback of the team that eliminated the Cowboys the last time they made the playoffs. And that was just a couple of years ago. So to send him to you, and then there's a vast history between the franchises, was kind of surprising. Where were you when you heard about it? How did you hear about it?
Man, I was actually at home, and Tom Fanning texted me and
Hmm.
sent me the tweet. I think Schefter put out, and I was just like, man, I was actually watching ESPN when it went down,
Hmm.
so I was seeing the tweet, and then obviously everything started going down live, and I was just like, man, I couldn't believe it. So it was one of those crazy moments, and obviously too, the back end of that, I was wondering what happened, like who do we trade, and what do we have to give up to get Micah, and finding out that it was Kenny. That was tough. That was just as tough to hear that because, Kenny's such a great player. He's been here his whole career and, kind of had a pretty good legacy going here. So, it's tough to see Kenny leave, but yeah, no, I was definitely excited about the news that we're bringing Mike in.
And lastly, on that, he seems chafing at the snap count that he's on right now, and yet the addition has already been significant. You can already see in the small snaps. What has he brought to that locker room and the team? That's a jolt. That's a nice charge for you guys, Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, Micah Parsons, he's by far one of the most competitive people I've met in my life, and just I think that competitive nature is what he brings. Like you said, he's itching to be able to get off that snap count and go out there and play a full game. So he's itching to just go out there and be on the field as much as possible. But just being around him, I know what type of competitor he is. He wants to win everything he does, and I think that's just a little mindset that he's bringing to the team and obviously to that room. And it's just like I said, it's the infectious energy. Knowing the type of player he brings and the way he plays the game, I think it's just going to keep making everybody around us better.
Another media narrative I'd like to bounce off you, Jordan Love, Green Bay Packers quarterback here on the Rich Eisen Show, is that you are as ready as ever to win a Super Bowl. That the 2 seasons you've had as a starter and the 2 seasons you had as watching Rodgers, that you are now ready in a manner in which you might not have been over the last 2 years. Would you agree with that, Jordan?
No, for sure. I feel great. Obviously, I think going into year three as a starter, I've learned so much and been building up and taking every rep and just learning from it and growing. And so I think this year, not just me, but the team we have, the offense we got, the weapons we have around us, the O line, the running back with Josh Jacobs. So we got weapons, and I think we've all been building this thing together and learning about each other, learning how we can evolve as an offense. So. I've been saying it, the sky's the limit, but it always comes down to going out there and performing on Sundays. And I think, the way we started the season on offense, we've been doing a great job. And I think there's still the fun part about it is there's still plays that we haven't hit on, some really big explosive plays that once we start hitting those, we're going to take off, be running. So I'm excited. I feel good. I feel confident. And I got a lot of playmakers around me. So we got to keep going out there and making it happen on Sundays.
Well, in that regard, another narrative is that you guys are, despite having Josh Jacobs and the number of times in which he scored a touchdown, rushing touchdowns, now 11 straight games that he has scored a rushing touchdowns. You're pushing the ball down the field more. There's some, next gen stats that can support that. Is that true? Are you pushing the ball down more, the field more than you have, Jordan?
I don't know about more. I feel like since I've been here, our offense is always we've always taken shots, and we've always been an offense that tries to push the ball down the field. But I think last year we leaned on that run game. We brought Josh Jacobs in, and he was doing such a great job, and we were killing it running the ball. Where we might not have been taking as many shots, but like I said before, the weapons we got. I think Matt has a lot of trust and confidence in the receivers and in me to, he's going to dial up a little bit, a couple more shots and obviously, give us those opportunities. But it comes down to just, seeing if we get the right coverage, the right looks, the receivers go out there and win on their routes and just being smart with the ball. But I've always said I'm an aggressive quarterback. I love trying to push the ball down the field and just put that pressure on the defense to make them stop us. So, I'm always have that mindset, but I think it just depends on the defense we're playing, the coverages we're getting, and those opportunities to take those shots.
Speaking of taking shots, Jordan Love, 3rd and 9, first quarter, first drive of the game on Thursday Night Football. You run for the first down and then lower your throwing shoulder right into Trey Amos and knocked him over. That's good. I mean, and it got you the angry run scepter, but that's not the trophy you want to be lifting by the end of the season. Anybody talk to you about sliding, not taking shots like that, Jordan Love? Anything?
Man, I think anytime as a quarterback you take off and run and don't slide, you're going to hear from the coaches, the GM, everybody in the building is going to tell you, they don't want to do that. They want to slide. But no, I mean, given the situation, like you said, 3rd and 9, we haven't scored yet. We're trying to find a way to put up points. I think everybody was happy that I put that shoulder down and we didn't just settle, for a 4th down or a field goal or whatever. That, sometimes you got to go make that play, put your shoulder down, and it probably won't be happening many more times. But given the situation, you got to do what you got to do. I'll take the Angry Runs trophy, but like you said, it's not the trophy we want in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, again, I love Kyle Brandt, but the trophy, all you got to do is look at the statue outside your building to know who that trophy's named after. You know what I mean? Like you walk past it. Yep. Like this is what it's all about in Titletown. And then the other narrative is that, everybody who's played quarterback for the Green Bay Packers and when they've turned 27 has won it all. I assume you've heard that nugget about quarterbacks who play for the Packers at age 27, Jordan?
Yeah, I've definitely seen that stuff, and the stats are pretty crazy. And obviously, we got a lot of work to put in to get there. But if that was something to happen, it'd be a very crazy stat to be able to fall in the line of, like I said, those great quarterbacks who've been here. And it's a wild stat that they're all 27 when they won, and I'm turning 27. But there's going to be a lot of work to get there. So it's a long season.
Yeah, Star Favre and the guy you have succeeded there in Rodgers all won championships at age 27 in Green Bay. Do you talk openly about the Super Bowl? Does Matt LaFleur say it? Do you talk about it? Everybody walk around? I know you got Cleveland. You got to take it week to week, et cetera, so forth. But is it openly discussed about how well you've started and that this could be it, Jordan?
I don't even think it's about how well we started. I think, our mindset coming to the season, when we get here for OTAs, when we get back for training camp, we always in our team meeting room, we have the trophies that we've won in the past, and then we have a empty trophy spot that we're trying to fill and win that Super Bowl trophy. So that's always the message that we start the season with is what do we got to do to fill that void? What do we have to do to get over that hump of losing in the playoffs the past couple of years, and how do we take it to the next level? So that's always a mindset that we start the season off. But there's so many things that come before that, and I think the NFC North is just getting back to taking the NFC North back and winning that division is going to help set us up. And then obviously you get the playoffs, things like that. You got to go out there and win every week. So there's a lot of steps that take before you get there. But no, we've definitely talked about trying to bring that title back here to Lambeau and back to Titletown. It's always the mindset.
Have you spoken to Rodgers lately? Texted anything lately or not so much? Because again, that's going to be a conversation down the road in about a month and a half, and I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to chat with you again between now and then. So I'll just throw that your direction here in week 2 to 3, Jordan.
Yeah, no, me and A-Rod, we chatted, a little bit before the season. I can't remember when it was, but just saying good luck to each other and letting each other know I definitely want to get that jersey after we play the Steelers. So, I'm excited to go up against him. Haven't got to play against him, since we were here together. But man, I love A-Rod. Got a lot of respect and love for him, and I'm always excited to watch him when he's on the field, and I can't wait to go against him. It's gonna be fun.
All right, and you got a game in Cleveland this week. I assume you've circled a certain Grim Reaper in the meeting room, correct?
Oh, for sure. No, like you said, Myles Garrett, man, that's every week, there's a couple of guys that, can ruin a game and wreck shop for an offense. And he's definitely one of those guys. So, he's a phenomenal player and someone that you always got to know where he's at on the field every time he's on out there, because he's a game changer. So you got to know where he's at. We got to have a great plan to be able to stop him. But yeah, man, just got a lot of respect for him.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know who you might from your world have at the game. Have you with your game being as good as it is right now and playing as well as you have and what you've done in your 2 years as a starter, do you get better tickets than that time in Arrowhead for people in your family where they were basically putting them in where the Kansas City Royals play? Jordan,
man,
have we improved on that?
Yeah, we got better tickets for sure.
Okay.
That was a tough start to the season. obviously, my first start. And
yeah, no, I got it.
Not only lose my first start, but also, got to hear about the ticket situation. So we've learned from that.
Wait a minute, it was on you? Are you taking blame for that? Is that on you? That can't be on you.
Yeah, I mean, when we get away games, things like that, our tickets, we don't get to choose those tickets. Those are from the other teams, and they're usually not the best. So, I've learned from that. We buy our own tickets for away games and things like that. But, you got to go through it and grow, learn and grow with everything you do.
Yeah, you didn't know you had to have your head on a swivel for that one, but the swivel is looking up. You know what I mean? Like that was.
Yeah. They did us dirty with zooming out of the camera and things like that. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, but you're Jordan Love now. Then you were just, Jordan Love getting your way in the league. You know what I mean? Like you're Jordan Love now, man. You know what I mean?
We get better tickets now.
Okay, good to know. Just need to know. Because the Steelers might put you where the Pirates are. You know what I mean? Like
they might put us outside.
That's what I'm saying. I might put you down the street. All right. Well, say hi to everybody there for me in Green Bay, including your coach, who just let him know I'm always looking out for him and staying hydrated, because this is what I saw when I came off the plane for the draft. That I didn't know your first round pick was going to be hydration. He tipped his pick for that draft, man. It turned out to be Matthew Goldman, who's probably got some drip of his own. But I'm just say, do you see him drinking a lot, or is that just a sign at the airport?
He stays hydrated for sure.
Okay,
that's
good.
a great ad right there. I got to tell him about that one.
Oh, you haven't seen it? You haven't seen it?
Not seen that one.
Oh, yeah. So listen, you might have the only coach in the league who doesn't cramp. You know what I mean? He's not cramping in the middle of the fourth quarter. So
I'm glad he's promoting the right stuff.
Right there. Yes, it's healthy. It's healthy. Take care of yourself, Jordan Love. Good luck. Thanks for the time here. Always enjoy watching you play, and it has nothing to do with the fact that I have you in one of my fantasy leagues. So thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. Y'all take care.
That's Jordan Love, everybody. Right here, getting set to go to Cleveland and put his family or his friends right in the front row. Right in the front row. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.